Okay, here we go. Mhm. Mhm. All right, here we go. What's up, everybody? And the one EJS is in here first. First come, first serve. You know what they say. Oh yes, yes, yes. Oh yeah, we are here. This is a very special moment for this live. Yeah, like I say, not originally I was going to be continuing Heroes of Dreams, but we had to pause that because we got to get, like you say, EJ, on your line, when something got to be said, you got to get it out. So, yeah, we got to get this information out, and so, all right, so let's get right into it. Let's just say, as Donkey and Shrek 4 said, Shrek, you didn't tell me you was in a play. Uh-huh. Uh, and a play, yes, yes, that's right. So yeah, that's the announcement. Um, like I say, Yumiko 4, novel number 4 is gonna go into development, but before it does, it's we gotta make we have to stop and make a play. Thanks to Miss Sherry Gray Young. Yes. Oh yeah, we gotta make a play first there, and this play is gonna be a big help for writing out book number 4. Like I say, it pushes it back a bit, but it's still gonna be a big help not only to novel number 4, but to you know our entire book franchise in general. Yeah, like I say, this gonna yeah, I mean, who knows where all this will go? It'd be like gonna be kind of making me think, kind of making me feel like Tyler Perry right now. Do 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 do. Hey, 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 how y'all doing, everybody? Okay, I just want to say, y'all, thank y'all so much for coming out here. Um, as I want to give a special shout out to to my folks right over there, especially my mom right there. Say, stand up, mom. My mom always told me growing up that I had all these writings and stuff like that, and would say, "Well, Gabe, there's only one thing I gotta say to you about all them writings. Gabe, make something of them." Well, that's exactly what we're doing on this day. Yeah, she never told me not to do the writing. She told me, if you're gonna do that, make something out of it there. So that's exactly what we did. Thank you for the encouragement there and pushing me to do something with all this there. Yeah, that's exactly what kids need to hear. So yeah. Oh yeah, that's like I say, it's gonna be like that. Yeah. So yeah. Um. So about novel number 4, what it's gonna be about, as well as also, I see we got somebody else in here. So yeah, like I just mentioned, with the development of novel number 4 of Yubiko, we're gonna also make a play of it before writing the novel, but it's gonna be a big help to the novel. So yeah, that was what the big thing is. Say, yep, yep, yes, that's matter of fact, it is the rough draft has been made. I gotta do a final draft of it, and I got quite a bit of changes to. I mean, not the story's gonna be pretty much as it is, but there's gonna like I said, I gotta because I got that's this is another reason why I even made this live stream. I got the email from Miss Sherry Gray, and I did respond to her before I got on live. Because she emailed me a whole list of, like, okay, like, you got to put your title page like this, how to do the title page, how to, put the synopsis as the second page, then, how many cast members are going to be in there, who, what all the characters are going to be, and then of course, like your act one and your act two. What and I know it's part of a 10-minute play festival that it's going to be in. Um, so yeah, I still so gotta make sure it still falls within the 10-minute mark. But apparently, yeah, you can have more than one act in a 10-minute play. Okay. Um, like I say, honestly, I don't think I'll be honest. I may have possibly written a play. I know I haven't written one like actually for it to be performed like this one. But I may have just for funsies, I may have wrote one. Um, and then like when I wrote my comic books, um, when I wrote the rough draft for my comic books before even doing the illustrations for it, I had to write out like who was gonna do what and all that, so I can know what to draw and stuff. And what I did, unlike the novels where you have like he said, she said, and Thomas went this way. For the comic rough drafts, I had to write them out like the way you write a play, because how it's set up and everything, and you didn't have to put he said, she said because um, as the author, all you needed was just to know what character was going to do what and what was going to happen here, because it's pretty much almost like writing a TV show, but it's a comic book. But it was similar to writing a play out, and that kind of was what I did when I wrote the rough draft. And it and like I said, so uh, but like I say, with the email she sent me, yeah, there are to kind of sharpen it, make it more professional and everything. And also there are a few changes, even if it was in the form, even if it was like the way it's supposed to be set up, there are some changes going to be made. So that's one thing we're going to be first thing we're going to be discussing. Um, first, what the play is going to be like. Yeah. So let me bring up the email here. Let's see. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Okay, so let's see, gotta okay, Lumpy Grits. That's her business there. Okay, so the play and this title should remain Brownie's Rescue Mission on Uranus. Now I'm gonna get that in a minute, but for the novel, this will have a different title, but the story in here is still gonna be in the novel, but the novel will be a more extended version of the play because there's some more stuff going on in the novel. The play is pretty much highlighting a specific point that you'll see in the novel coming up in the future, for the 10 minute. Sort of, I may have explained. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but you remember like Digimon, sort of like when it was submitted for a film festival. Um, now the Digimon short, where Tai and Kari met Agumon and everything, that was sort of I think it was like 20 minutes there, but it was submitted to a film festival, and that's how we got the Digimon franchise because it won the film festival there. So next thing you know, you end up getting Digimon digital monsters. So in this case, we got a play festival. So all right. The Brownies Rescue Mission on Uranus, the play script. Now, this is what I got before she looked it over and like, okay, Gabe, put this, sharpen up this. So this is um what went in what the rough draft first, exactly how it is. Okay, so it's the narrators like, ladies and gentlemen, Miracle Productions presents Brownie's Rescue Mission on Uranus, a play based on an adventure in the Yumeko novel series. Our story begins in the Barnhart City's firehouse, where Brownie is training in the dojo. Suddenly, the alarm uh, went up. Yeah, I can already see. I got, and then I already see I got to make some spell checks too. So yeah, which I'm probably still going to do that even when I go back and change it to make sure it is, because I mean you got other cast members going to be reading this. Okay, yo, it's the Casey Rain Robbers. The storm is coming, and we might be having some stormy weather off and on this week, along with some rain there, which um long as it don't, if as long as it's not too rough, it'd be cool. Especially for this week, cause yeah, we like I say, kind of need to cool down a little bit. Then until we get our air conditioner. Yeah, so yeah, well, yeah, yeah, we're gonna need a case there. Cause like I said, we're waiting on that air conditioner. As soon as I get my work schedule from my day job for next week, hopefully I get a good off day. Both me and Christina. But mainly me where I can be here when like okay, hey Lowe's, y'all come on out and install the air conditioner, the central air unit now. So yeah, we got it said we just waiting for a good day to set it up there. So yeah, but that'll be next week. So yeah, at least we'll be cool for this week. Okay, so back with the script. Yeah, so Mayor Rosefield on the audio on the it'll be an audio on the computer in a panic tone. Brownie, an evil ice monster, has kidnapped my baby daughter Camille and is holding her hostage on Uranus. Brownie says, I'm on my way. And it's pretty much drawing from the story I wrote for the Disney contest years ago, back in elementary, but didn't win. And it was like, we're sorry, your story did not win the contest, but keep writing. Here's a commemorative pin. Hmm. And now we're about to make a play out of it. Ha ha. Now they're gonna be like the Ninja Turtle movies. They nobody wanted to do the Ninja Turtle movies from Jim Henson. Then when it started making big money, like, hey, you got some money, you're making money here. Hey, how about some funding for your movies? So yeah, huh. So, yeah. So Brownie gets it. Oh wait, okay. So the narrator states Brownie quickly gets all his space equipment, battle equipment that he and his friend Billy built together. And they go into space. He has an old fire truck that he and Billy made into a fire truck spaceship. With that, Brownie flew at light speed to Uranus. Once he got there, he landed. Three ice monsters saw him, including the one that kidnapped Camille. Brownie exits the ship. Okay. All right, you ice monsters, where is Camille? The ice, and there's three of them. So first was like, she she's with our boss, but You'll have to get through us to find them. Ice monster two, or you could, or you could uh go back to Earth and ask the mayor to surrender his position to our boss. Yep. Or what's it gonna be? Fight us or surrender? Make your choice, little puppy. You just made three mistakes. First, challenging me is a big mistake. Second, the mayor would never surrender to the likes of you. Right? Ooh, you think you're a tough guy, huh? Tough guy. So what's the third mistake? Don't ever call me a little puppy. Brownie activated spacesuit's hot fists to fight the ice monsters. It eventually took a minute or two to warm up, but eventually Brownie defeated the ice monsters as they fled in fear. The boss showed up, and his name was Penubian, or as Casey would say, Punymon. Of course, I can't say Punymon in a published work because then Digimon would sue me. So I have to say something like Puny Man. Um, and there's gonna be something about that. But I'll let y'all know once I finish this. Let me show you this real quick. What Penubian looks like. Punymon. Get a good picture of him here. Like, oh wait, no. No, okay, okay, maybe in the second book. Okay, come on. Yeah, here we go. Okay. I think I got it. Okay, so Penubian right there. Uh, that was kind of a dark picture there. Let's see. Okay, here's a better picture. Yeah. Mhm. Not a full body shot, but yeah, that's him right there, Rooster. Beep, beep. Hmm. Oh, okay. Oh, you talking about cold fronts there? Oh boy. Mm. Yeah, yeah, that's a kind of a good point there. Like I say, I know I like the fact when it cools off a little bit, but yeah, but you know how I said there's a pro and a con to everything. I mean it's an advantage of cooling off, but yeah, I've actually experienced the cons of changing temperature because sometimes it does kind of make you a little sick sometime there. Not all the time, but sometimes it is a risk of that happening. And yeah, like I say, um, even if it's minor, sometimes it may not be major, but it can be even a minor illness can be a little. It can be really annoying there. So yeah, I know what I kind of know what you mean there, Casey. Yeah. So okay. So yeah, show that. Um, Well, 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 if it isn't Brownie B. Brown trying to be a hero, you're a bit out of your league. Enough small talk. Give back Camille now. You're not getting her back that easy without a fight, little puppy. Very well, but don't call me a little puppy. Then Brownie went 1-on-1 against Penubian. He had some good moves, but Penubian fought dirty and unfair. Suddenly, Brownie noticed the ice monster coming from behind. Any last words before I defeat you? Brownie smiled, said, just one word, freeze. Brownie quickly got out the way, and the ice monster accidentally froze Penubian. Not wanting to be attacked by Brownie's hot fist, the ice monster surrendered and gave Brownie, let's say, Camille, let's say, Brownie Camille. However, a bright light flashed temporarily, blinding Brownie. Once Brownie could see, Penubian and the ice monsters had escaped. While he remembered this mission, he had no memory of Penubian. So as Brownie flew home with Camille, he knew that one day the enemy who erased his memory would return. Be sure to read the Yumeko novel series to see what happens next. So that's the rough draft. Probably, yeah, it's probably going to come out less than 10 minutes. And I was thinking, with like the fight scene stuff like that, would probably bump up the time and stuff like that. 'Cause, yeah, I was kind of thinking in terms of like when you watch Garfield and Friends, they have like those which 5 minute. But then I really think, but now I think about it, because actually, I think like okay, like take Garfield and Friends for example. I actually because each of those little segments be like 5 minutes, maybe a little over five, maybe like 5 7 minutes or something like that. And I've actually tried to write an episode out in one of my journals about the Great Salesman. So it does take quite a few pages there, even for just like a 5 or 7 minute segment. So you just imagine 10 minutes. So apparently, Miss Sherry had a good point with what you mentioned about formatting notes. So this is the email that I got from Miss Sherry, Sherry Gray Young of Lumpy Grits, her company. She said, hope all is well. Sending feedback for your play, formatting notes. Okay, so first copy and paste into a Word document. Um, which okay, I guess I think what because I do have it is actually open office, but I guess I think what she let's see, I think what she wants me to do is actually put the actual, because what I did, I copied and pasted in the email. So maybe so I think yeah, probably to look a little bit better to email it straight from the document page, which I should be able to do that there. I believe I've done that before. So um, say number all the pages because yeah, since I got to add some stuff, yeah, page number. And he wants like my last name with the page number. Okay. First page will be the title written by yours truly. Um, Second page would include the synopsis, pretty much say brief description of the play, say the synopsis 5 to 6. Okay. Character list would include the gender, age, and brief description, pretty of who's all going to be in the play. Third page would start with this is okay. So that's the second page. Third page start with Act One, Scene One, say or Act One, scene as they go. Uh, I think yeah. I guess you could. I might and what I probably would do is kind of look up is also look up scripts and stuff to sort of because I've seen I kind of got an idea of how to write a script, but I want to make sure I get it right. So I kind of yeah I have to look up, and I think I got a script here at the house from our school player Peter Pan. So yeah, to sort of get an idea on what because I think it's like saying either right act or scene, but set and set it in Times New Roman or Arial, so that's the font she wants it in. 12 point or 11 for Arial. Okay, I'll probably do the Times New Roman now because I like that number 12 there. Content notes. The net. Okay, so this is a little something she said about the draft itself. The narrator's words could be broken up into dialogue to make the play a little longer. Okay. Uh, Places in the narration where it can develop into more scenes. Okay. So it's gonna take probably yeah maybe probably like a little bit because I know I'm doing my live today, and I know tomorrow I'm going to be doing a Bible reading live stream. So chances are I probably will start working on this Thursday, if not before, to really kind of focus on it on into the weekend. To really focus on this and everything after after work and stuff. Um, and it's a the okay more scenes, add locations and brief info before the scene begins. In parentheses. Okay, okay, so yeah, like that. Sort of yeah, 'cause that's pretty much yeah what they do in scripts there. She said she liked the dialogue between the ice monsters. Okay, and the narrator talks about Brownie activating the suit. Okay, so she wants a little bit more development on that part. Like maybe Brownie having some inner diet, some inner, maybe hearing his inner like an inner monologue or something. Since he's the main character, obviously, more and obviously more detail of the battle suit, which I will do that. Yeah, because I kind of so and yeah, it's pretty much it there. So and yeah, so I pretty yeah, obviously yeah. Along with that, yeah, I do plan to because that battle suit idea I had never really back when I first wrote that story. I never really had stopped to think about what exactly the battle suit would be like, other than it being pretty much like a spacesuit there, which it kind of is. But This was one concept of a battle suit right here for Yumiko 2, for the comic version. Yeah, sort of like this, almost kind of, um, sort of like it's a few other things referenced in it, but sort of had Iron Man in mind there, Um, but I also got something else in mind as well. May still kind of go with something like this here. This is a pretty good design here. So I may still go with that, maybe kind of tweak it a little bit there. Um, I'm also thinking of maybe making it more like a knight, but modernized there. Um, and so yeah, kind of like a night mode there. Because because Iron Man is pretty much compared to a knight. And of course, y'all saw the thumbnail. This is some of the stuff that was in the thumbnail. This is what because I never had stopped to think of what the ice monsters would look like, but this might be something I have in mind. Maybe more beast-like there, sort of like a bear, but he is kind of made of ice a little bit there. Yeah. Roar. And of course, now now this is called Penubian, but he's not going to go by that name in the play just yet because he's a mystery. And one thing that was mentioned in the first Yumiko novel is that nobody knew who the boss was that kidnapped the mayor's daughter. So instead, this will be Penubian, but he's got like a skull mask on. So he's going under an identity known as the Bantam Master. Yep, almost kind of got a Skeletor, almost like a Rooster Skeletor. Yeah. Have you the slightest inkling of whom you speak? I am Skeletor, Overlord of Evil. That's another image of him there. It's not in the thumbnail, but that was another image I was about to use at one point there. Kind of got the little feather on top of his head there. And then, of course, sort of playing around with Brownie's battle suit and everything. So that's one concept I had in mind. But like I say, there's that. And then, of course, the one I showed you on the book. But like I say, that I'm still debating on that there, especially for the novel there. And then, we'll, like I say, as far as the play, I'll find out more as it's in development there. But but like I say, it is going to be more night-like there. One thing that came to my mind was when I imagined Brownie as a Digimon back, years ago during role plays and stuff, and he digivolved. His champion level was known as Kilomon, which was sort of like him in knight-like armor. And he also had another form that was even more knight-like, which was Notorimon. I think Kilomon was actually more, somewhat like a knight, but more Iron Man-like. So yeah, sort of like that. But Notorimon was more of the knight form, Brian, his mega level and the Digimon role plays there during the during adult role plays. Yeah. Um, so that's kind of something I have in mind there. Let's see, trying to think anything else about the play I want to share with you guys. Um, let's see. So, oh yeah, some of the changes that I'll probably make to the when I go do my final draft. Okay, so I mentioned about it is Penubian that he's up against, but he's going under the name Bantam Master. So yeah, not even so like so it's not going to be known to Brownie and his friends of his identity and everything with that skull mask on. It's gonna be like a rooster skull mask. So and the Phantom Master, and that is going. And then another change, I'm probably going because they mentioned about him and Billy working on like his fire truck spaceship and stuff like that. Of course, it's gonna be a little more detailed, but because of that, yeah, probably gonna have to add Billy into the cast there, even if it's not. I know it's a small role, but yeah, have to add him in there. So the cast, the character. character cast. Obviously Brownie, Billy. Oh, I hit myself on the head. Billy. Um, the three ice monsters. The three ice monsters. Panubian or Punimon, the Bantam Master. That's six of them. The narrator, which is narrator and the mayor, which are voiceover roles, but yeah, that's included. Um, and might I'm not completely sure because Camille is supposed to be like 2 years old, and she's an anthropomorphic baby chick, so she probably it's probably might not be an actual cast member, might be like a doll or something like that used for Camille because she's supposed to be like a little baby. So there's excuse me that. So look like we got nine characters. Like I said, I'll double check once I get the final draft written out to make sure. Might end up being a total of 10 characters. Basically, I like even numbers better than odd numbers, but we'll see. So yes, of course, the scene changes a little bit, a little tweaking here, and it should be right to go. And the I'm gonna double check to make sure I have this right, but I do. But in the last time I checked, and I will double check it, but I think the one that I'm because there's I think she has like different play festivals throughout the year, but I think the one that my play is supposed to be in is the one for September. So I make sure I have that information right. That way I can make sure I put in for that. Especially at work and stuff, and be able to direct my play and stuff there. Um, and this, of course, will after getting this finished, be you know working with novel number four. Novel number four will have this story in there. Oh, and that's one other change. Because this actually, according to novel four, this is supposed to be before Brownie becomes a firefighter. He's still in high school when he goes on this mission. So actually, I would probably change the setting. Maybe I would say maybe the mayor, makes announce. Maybe this is on the news as a news report. There might be another maybe a news reporter character, news reporter character that's talking to the mayor, and Brownie and Billy hear about this on the news. That's what, yeah. So that might, um, yeah, like I say, with some tweaking, but yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. And they'll decide to go rescue, his little baby daughter Camille there. Who so then of course, novel four of Yumiko. Once the play is all done and everything, a lot of this is pretty much going to go into novel four, but it is also going to have more to it. Oh boy, don't freeze up on me. Okay, it's going to have more to it. Because it's a novel, especially with I mentioned Brownie being in high school, so you'll get to see in the novel, a little bit of him in high school. How the novel starts off is actually going to be on Brownie's talk show, and at his talk show, they do it's sort of like because this is in 1995 when the series takes place. So imagine like the Late Show and stuff like that back then, but more family friendly. Like this is the Late Show with David Letterman, or the different hosts that we had back then. What that other guy? That other late night show host, 'cause he was on the Fresh Prince. Can't think. Jay Leno. Jay Leno. Yeah. Yeah, like David Letterman, Jay Leno, stuff like that. And I know nowadays, um, Jimmy Fallon, in today's time. if he's still doing it, and probably some others. So yeah, but pretty much like the ones back then, but more family friendly. Um, they do the little introduction, which is Brownie and his friends performing little song number because Brownie was also him and his friends were also in the band. You get to see that. Uh, so basically, back in his so what will happen? You remember how in Iron Man 2 Tony showed up, in his Iron Man suit and everything at the Stark Expo. Yeah, so we get something like that. Brownie Wood probably showing off his new battle suit that he just got fixed up and everything, which and he'll have along with Hiko and his friends, some kids in the audience that are other kids that are questioning. Well, so when questioning about when did he you say you fixed this up? How long have you had? When did you first get this suit there before you had to fix it? And that's going to lead to the flashback going back because he's 21 in the first book. So the flashback is going to go back 5 years when him Dash Sheldon were like 16, and of course Gerald probably be like 16, maybe 17. I'm sorry, um, but he had to repeat a grade. I think that's what it is. Um, and Billy, um, I'm thinking he's with them because he graduated early. It's like 2 years under them. For so he might be a fresh. Or actually, yeah, actually 13, but he graduated early. And I think Anna would also be 13, but she's still in middle school. Emily was not introduced yet. She hadn't arrived there yet. So yeah, but there is another character, um, and who I'm about to say here, Casey. Mr. Fluffle's adoptive daughter. So yeah, we that'd be the first appearance of her. Um, Kind of, some brief moments with her, and then of course, say Francine, and then of course leading into the rescue mission, of course. Having the Camille is actually, and I had to really think about this and it's a good thing I didn't really. Let me double check it here because I didn't really put the age of Anna's siblings, but I do know that Camille is the baby daughter. So and it's yeah, good because at one point I was putting the age of everybody in the book there, but then I went back and took that out just in case I wanted to work some things in and later. Mm, what's that? Oh, so the other one, okay. I was like, oh, I ain't get all of a sudden I look over here and I'm like, oh, yeah. Um, so yeah, about with Anna and her siblings. Okay, so at the beginning of Yumiko, novel number one, Anna's 18, into modeling Sunday wear. Her twin her siblings, Kevin and Karen, the twins, they would actually be, I want to say, nine. I want to say, yeah, 9 years old, or something like that. Because actually, yeah, I think right. Okay, so let me think about this. Okay, 5 years, 16 to 21 for Brownie. Um, I know Hiko starts off. Him and Samuel are both 7. Um, so if Camille is 2, and 2 when Brownie rescued her, um, and Brownie was 16, that means 5 years later, Camille would be 7. So yeah, so Camille would be 7 at this time, and Kevin and Karen. I'm thinking they're going to be like either 8 or 9. Yeah, so Yeah, I'll have that confirmed there. Kevin and Karen. So yeah, we'll definitely make Camille the youngest. Um, yep. So yeah, that's what's gonna. So that's yeah, that's and Francine would actually be pretty much along with Dashdale and Brownie, yeah, kind of their age because I know I mentioned to your case, Dashdale kind of be flirting with Francine like the way he did with Emily in the first book when he's talking about, hey, come on, little kitty cat, and end up getting himself hurt because Emily said, don't call me a little kitty cat. Yeah, as I say, I got a short up on YouTube of where I redid Anna introducing herself there. Let me see if I got. Let me bring it up real quick. I got a version of it that doesn't have music though. See, right here. I think this is the one. Hi everyone. For anyone that doesn't know, my name is Emily Landago. I'm from the Yumeko Novel series written by Gabriel Kingabe Johnson. I'm not a very sociable person and I have a very bad temper. However, Sensei Fluffles is helping me get better, so please bear with me as you read the series. One thing that angers me a lot is being called a kitty cat. I really appreciate Brownie trying to understand me, and he's really sweet and nice to me. He might be wanting me to date him. I don't know, if I were to date someone, I would prefer them to be older, and he's 2 years younger than me. Only other things I'm going to say about myself is I like having moments to myself to read and listen to music, and I'm very protective of children. Order the Yumeko novel series today to learn more about me and the other characters, and support Miracle Productions on Patreon. Also, Megatron is Barney. I am not Barney, little puppy! That just came out of nowhere. Megatron is Barney. Mm. Brownie can be a little mischievous at times when he wants to be. Yeah. So that's kind of so. Anyway, so yeah, that would be so yeah, that's kind of what we have going in novel four. Like I say, it's basically focused on Brownie, but yeah, that's kind of what to expect of who all is in there and kind of what all would be there. Brownie on his first mission, Mr. Fluffles, he's like he did a real good job, Brownie, and he becomes a firefighter and everything. Um, and of course, the not only is he admitted to start training as a firefighter, but he's like, yeah, we're gonna have another division here, which is beyond fire missions there. So yeah, that's how that got started there, and what Brownie used in space to battle the Bantam Master, aka Punimon, was of course the battle armor, which he's going to come up with a name for himself when he's in that armor at the end of the story. He's going to say, "I am Nightfire." So when Brownie's in his battle armor and everything, he's gonna be called Nightfire. I am Nightfire. So like how Tony said, "I am Iron Man." So yeah, so that is going. So yeah, that's definitely what's going into both the play version and then what we got going for Yumiko novel number four going forward there. Um, yeah, that's what's gonna be going, and this is definitely gonna carry over into future stories that will make up the first arc of Yumiko. Yep. Okay, okay. All right. Well, yeah, I'll be here a few minutes, but yeah, you can still catch the rest of it on the replay. Yep. Um, all right. Appreciate you coming in and hearing it there. Say all right. Say goodnight to Rain Roberts. So for the last little bit of the stream, yeah, just gonna um try to get to the hour mark there. Last little bit of the stream. Um, one thing I definitely want to let you all know, um, to that, especially those watch on the replay, definitely make sure um, you sign. Definitely got to sign up on that Patreon, because, like I say, not only for early release, I'm going to be putting some new videos up. Get early viewing of them, but also the Patreon only video of the Strikerverse and Flora, which a storyline that's coming up. That's not is not is probably not going to be in the first arc, but there's going to be some things in the first arc that will probably foreshadow it as I'm writing it, and it's probably going to be some which will lead into uh, stuff that's going to happen with Flora and the Strikerverse somewhere after the completion of the first arc, somewhere probably I would say somewhere within the second arc at most. But yeah, definitely need to sign up on Patreon so you can see that video and know what's going to be coming in the future. Um, and so after I get the next few videos up for early viewing on Patreon that I'm going to be uploading this week. After I get those, I'm going to have another Patreon only exclusive video that you definitely need to check out along with the Strikerverse. This video is actually going to be what's coming up after Yumeko Novel 4, and pretty much what to possibly expect the first arc, the first story arc of Yumiko to lead into. It's pretty interesting there, but there's some build up, not only just with Brownie, but with his friends like Emily, Dashtail, possibly Gerald, and even maybe even Billy and Anna. You never know. Um, and I think and I know, like I said, I did mention about Francine, Mr. Fluffle's daughter, and also the three your three your human characters. The main I know there's Samuel, aka Star Striker. You got Hiko, also Dawn and Yiro. Julie, she hasn't got this title yet, but soon she will be known as the Sword Girl. Then of course there's Julie's brother Tim, their friend Melina, and also there's Samuel's friend Brian, and also introduced in book number 3, the new neighbors of Samuel with Angela, Monet, and Calvin, and also Naomi. Yeah, we got, so there's definitely something with Naomi and her night fox there. Um, but yeah, but so yeah, pretty much so that video. So the next Patreon only video will pretty much be discussing how what's going to be going on with a lot of these characters, what kind of stories I got in mind to pretty much build up the first arc, what the climax of the first arc would be like, and what pretty much what's gonna be involved in it, um, and then of course the video Flora and the Strikerverse already up is events that is playing that at the moment I'm planning is going to be after the first arc. So yeah, so there's gonna yeah we get it's gonna be quite a bit going with this and everything. That's why y'all definitely got to sign up on that Patreon so y'all could see this. Like I said, it's quite a. I know I'm telling you a lot here publicly on YouTube, but there's some things that you can get information you can get early if you sign up on that Patreon. Yes, yeah, that would early information. Spoil, but just remember when you sign up as a Patreon to get this early, to get the access to these Patreon only videos, and of course you have to be a paid Patreon too, at least a minimum of $1 to see all this. But remember, The only other people that can see it besides you are other people that sign up as paid patrons. So if just say you got a friend of yours or something like that, remember they have to become a paid patron too in order to get this information now. So yeah, that is the rule there. So yeah, definitely do that so you can get all this early access. Um, I guess we're gonna kind of go on and wrap it up a little early. I was trying to go for the hour mark, but yeah, I'm just gonna go on and wrap it up because I got some other stuff to take care of there. It's more going to bed tonight there. So some stuff. Yeah, but I will be back here for the Bible Wednesday. I will be doing the Bible reading. I got the thumbnail all together for it there. We got quite a bit to read for it Wednesday night. So yeah, like I say, we make sure the Bible reading is done every week. Only reason there was one week that I missed was because I wasn't, had that whole sinus infection. But yeah, like I say, other than that, yeah, the Bible reading will be done tomorrow night. Now Thursday, I don't like I say now it could be possible of a live stream tomorrow night, but I highly doubt it. Like I say, just and the reason why I highly doubt it because, like I said earlier, I want to get an early start on working on this play, and but I still want to give the Bible reading live stream. And again, the only reason I was doing this live stream was to let y'all know the news on what was going on. So, pausing from Heroes of Dream to tell you guys that since, I got that email and everything. So, had to share that with y'all. So, yeah, like I say, so, yeah, the Bible reading tomorrow. But, yeah, Thursday, yeah, probably it's possible that, yeah, like I said, I won't be on here because, like I say, got to work with the play. And also at the same time, I'm going to be uploading some new content for you guys to see. So, yeah, uploading new content and also working on the play. So yeah, so that's what's probably going to be happening Thursday. But like I said, but we will be here Wednesday night though. So yeah, so yeah, like I say, that's pretty much it. We close to the hour mark here. And that which I let's see, let me see if there's anything else that I want to show you just to at least make that hour there. Um, that hour. Did Christina as the Pink Ranger. It's morphin' time. Yeah. So let's see. Uh, okay. And I do have some, yeah, as well as also some new shorts too there. I think that's pretty much, yeah, I think that pretty much be it there for the night there. So, it's, don't really have, not really much else. As Thor say in the Avengers, I've run out of things to say. Tony. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. But well, I do. Well, there is one thing. Hello, the strangest thing happened to me on my way over here tonight. Last night, I found an elephant in my pajamas. How the elephant got in my pajamas, I'll never know. Also, there was an ATT guy that showed up here. Why he showed up so late, I'll never know. So, but no, really, somebody did. Before I started this live stream, just as I was, like sit down about to, let you guys know, hey, the stream is about to start. There was a knock on the door. It is, I think it was like at least 8:10, or probably like 8:05. I'm like, I'm about to start this, and all of a sudden, like, who in the world? And like I say, I mean, I can see if somebody was like, "Hey, Gabe, I'm coming. I need to come by and I need to come by your house for a second there." Um, at this, but it and it's still. I know it's longer daylight and everything, but yeah, 8 o'clock, really? And what in the world going on? So it turns out it was an ADT guy, that whole security thing. They trying to sell home security and stuff like that. Um, they it was got so I was like, "Oh, okay, he told him, all about what again and stuff like that, and he was just going door to door and stuff like that. I really kind of found that odd that they would be, not the fact that, I mean, I know they do that. And there's a lot of different, people that be selling stuff door to door. I mean, I know that's a normal thing that, almost like those two salesmen in an episode of SpongeBob. He's like, "I'm not interested in anything you selling. I told you he was on to us." But this is the thing that was kind of strange to me. Why were y'all going around 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the evening like that there? Yeah, it seemed more like, the door to door sales would be more something that, you would expect somebody to be doing up in the daytime, like during your business hours, like 8 to 5, something like that. I'm just saying, up, yeah, like I say, up in the daytime there. Um, yeah, like even like you think, like people that be just like selling raffle tickets, or or charity drives or stuff like that, Girl Scouts, or Boy Scouts, anything like that. Yeah, you don't usually see any of them come at no 8 o'clock in the evening, even if it is still daylight out there. Yeah, they usually come up in the early part of the day and take care of stuff like that there. I'm just saying. Or at least, the early afternoon, like three to uh I would understand maybe like anywhere between 3 or 5 o'clock, maybe, you know, afternoon kind of, it's still, still kind of early and stuff like that. But yeah, 8 o'clock, yeah. I mean, and some people here in this neighborhood do still be out, you know, kind of at different hours and stuff. Sometimes they be out there at night and stuff. But yeah, but I mean, that's just like, they're just out, hanging out with each other and stuff like that. That's just yeah, you don't usually that they wouldn't usually just be roaming the streets and randomly trying to sell something to somebody at this hour. Yeah, be yeah, something like that. 'Cause, yeah, if people are inside at this hour, yeah, they're trying to settle in. So yeah, only so that was kind of weird there. Yeah, I don't know why that was, but that was the weirdest thing that happened today. And so, whoo, yeah, so yeah, I guess so. It's almost it's 8. Let's say been on the live 58 minutes. Got 2 more minutes there. We got, I'm not gonna say what I just saw. Friend requests. Is this one? Hmm. Okay, another. Okay. Either author or promoter, one of them there. But yeah, that was just really weird there. I thought at first maybe it was like, I thought maybe it was one of the neighbors that one of the one 'cause there's like a few of the um I know I don't 'cause we got some like um 'cause I've been here for a pretty good long time. There's a few neighbors I know that don't live around here anymore, and then we've gotten like some new neighbors, but there's still some that I do know pretty well. I'm not gonna say any names, but there's still some around close by that I know pretty well, like next door and across the street. I was thinking, yeah, I kind of thought maybe it was one of them knocking on the door. I thought maybe it was, or even maybe one of the kids. Maybe like maybe their ball was in the yard or something like that. Maybe it was, like when your kids out playing, sometimes their ball gets in your yard. Like, sir, my ball got in your yard. To get trying to get your permission to go get their ball there. Yeah, I've had that happened once. Yeah, you know, ball was I think it was like a little bounce. I think it was a basketball, or I think it was like a basketball or football there. So yeah, I just walked out there with them. They got their ball. Like, all right, yeah, hey, it's cool, man. So yeah, but yeah, like I say, so yeah, okay, now it's an hour mark. So yeah, we're gonna go on and wrap this up. Made the hour, and that's what I'm gonna be doing when I go back to reading Heroes of Dreams. I'm gonna try to stay within an hour mark by splitting up the reading there. So that's how I'm gonna do my Heroes of Dream live streams. Just try to keep it within the hour so I won't be up so long. But like I say, but again, I might not be on here Thursday, but I will be here Wednesday. So all right. So anyway, close this out here. Definitely like what y'all saw and everything. Definitely like, share, and subscribe. Um, Also, definitely get our available books like these right here. Oh, okay. Well, yes, these two. Uh, Yumeko comics. We got the Star Striker comics, Bubblina, and of course, the most recent ones. The novel, the Yumiko novels. There, yeah. So definitely, yeah, get yourselves some of these there. Some recent novels there, along with our other books there. Definitely ask about them, and also support us on that Patreon. um, just like Iceman Universe. Yeah, and I definitely advise y'all to can become a paid Patreon, even if it's a little as $1 a month, because you can get early access to the content. I'm about to upload some new content. Probably like I say, it'll probably be Thursday when I get around to it there. Because of some of the other stuff I got to do, but I will try to upload the content up here Thursday, Friday, maybe Thursday and Friday if it because it's like a few videos along with a Patreon only exclusive. We got one Patreon only exclusive already up, Flora and the Strikerverse. But definitely, become a Patreon for as little as $1 a month, so you can see that, and also you'll be able to see what's going to be coming up for the first story arc of Yumiko, and what's going to be building up for it. Early spoiler access to that, and also definitely support our Patreon pledger, Iceman Universe, as well. Got full reactions to shows like Naruto. I just started watching that. Hey Arnold. Um, Now he's still uploading some episodes of Hey Arnold, but I have caught up on it as of now. Ed Nettie, I've seen all of his Ed Nettie reactions, and there's also One Piece there. So yeah, might check that out after Naruto there. But yeah, I'm wanting to see Naruto first there. Also, support our Miracle Crew, Big Sis Casey, Queen Tina, and EJ the Supreme. So yeah, definitely support us there, the crew. Just like you hang out with us in the live stream, also hang out with us on the Discord and on Facebook. And we can also sell each other some stuff on that Macari app. And without further ado, we'll see you guys later. Y'all take care, everybody. I'm tired.